Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue with reading Psalms. I finished the Psalm 94 yesterday. It was kind of long. I did not give a lot of explanations, but it's just I read it. It's quite straightforward. Today I'm going to read Psalm 95. I'm going to read Psalm 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountains' peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at the Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the desert, where your fathers tested and tried me, though they had seen what I did. For 40 years I was angry with that generation. I said, they are a people whose hearts go astray, and they have not known my ways. So I declared an oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. So this is Psalm 95. Again, we do not know the author, we do not know the circumstances, we do not know the time when this psalm was written, but we know the tone, the thanksgiving, sing for joy, and also use old historical example, those in Meribah, Massah, and what happened to those people, the old historical event to remind the current people to bow down to worship the God. So come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout out loud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and songs. So this psalm opened with the joy, the calling for the people to not forget the God and to worship him. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. So this is saying why we need to worship him, because he is the great of the greatest. He made the sea, he made the land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, and for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flocks under his care. So saying the relationship between the God and the people. So of course the superior is the God, the Lord our Maker, so the God who made us, and he is our God. We are the people of his pasture, and the flocks under his care. So referring to the relationship is high and low, and the people here referring as the flocks of the God under the care from God. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at the Meribah, as you did that day at the Massah in the desert. So there's a little note on this Meribah and Massah. Let me just see. Meribah means quarreling, Massah means testing. So this is referring to the historical event at that time and at that place, Meribah. What happened is they quarrel, arguing against the Lord. And then the Massah is the testing. So they testing the Lord, testing the God they believe. So of course they were destroyed. If you recall those places, what happened. So this is used historical event to remind the current at that time, that when the Psalm 95 was written, to remind them Do not harden the heart. Do not testing. Do not arguing. Where your fathers tested and tried me, and though they had seen what I did, even though your forefathers have seen what I did, but they still tested me, and of course this again what happened as a testimony or witness. For 40 years I was angry with that generation. I said, quoted, they are a people whose hearts go astray. So this is a very interesting sentence in terms of English grammar. I think you have to understand if they are a people whose hearts, which is plural, a is a single, a people whose hearts go astray. So I think they refers that generation is a group or a generation of people whose all of them whose hearts go astray. So referring to the group of people, and they have not known my ways. They lost in their pursuit, in their long journey. They lost the way. So I declared an oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. Quoted, they shall never enter my rest. So this is referring to those 40 years wandering the desert, referring to those people. I think they will not enter my rest, which means they're not going to rest with the God or God chosen one. So probably that refers to the I do not know whether this is referring to the everybody, including those leaders like Moses, or just the I think Moses was the chosen one. He also always followed the God. Probably refers to those people who angered him indirectly. Angered the God, so that's probably referring to they shall never enter my rest, regarding to those generations, a group of people. There are people whose hearts go astray, so probably one leader leading all those group of people away from the Moses, the God chosen one. So that's probably the meaning of it. Regarding just the two. They are a people whose hearts go astray. So that's my way to understand. So again, this is Psalm 95. Again, we do not know the author, we do not know the time, we do not know the circumstances, but we see from this Psalm 95, I see the faith and the warning, and also the praise. I think along with all of this, I think above all of this is the faith, because the faith to the God, and to attribute all the wonders that God did, all the faults because of human. So this is about Psalm 95. I'm going to stop here, and you can read and interpret in your own way. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.